Tech Tales 50. Today is June 6th on a Sunday, 6:52 a.m. And time slip from Saturday, May 22nd, 34 minutes. For the law office PAPA, 4:41 to 5:15 p.m. And this is for Mike in the office, actually at her home office. Remote and phone support regarding unable to print PDF files to the remote printer via LogMeIn. Emails, documents, and A1 Law forms printed successfully, but PDF file launched from A1 Law or directly from Adobe Acrobat Reader do not show the remote printer as an option. An orange dot in the system tray indicated the computer needed to be restarted to install and update. The only pending update was a SCSI driver, SCSI driver. After restarting the office computer, the PDF printing function via LogMeIn worked normally. So this was kind of a fun solution in my mind, but also instructive, because Windows updates, pending updates, when it's prompting for a restart, can cause all kinds of strange, unusual symptoms. And this one was comically strange, because what was happening is she could connect through LogMeIn to her office computer. She could print everything, including documents from this A1 Law, which is a law office program, to her home printer, except when it launches, when the document within A1 Law launches Adobe Acrobat Reader. And then when you go to print, the remote printer is not listed in the choice of printers. And the same was true when I launched Adobe Acrobat Reader standalone. So it wasn't just a problem with the Vertical Market Law Office program, it was specifically Adobe Acrobat Reader. Now, I tried making an adjustment that I had made over the prior weeks for the Law Office Bravo, where their Vertical Market Law Office software was unable to print from Adobe Acrobat Reader. But in their case, there was no remote connection involved. It was in their office. And the solution there was to change an option within Adobe Acrobat Reader for one of their computers. The second computer that experienced that same problem, the solution was to upgrade to a new version of Adobe Acrobat Reader and change that option. It had to do with enable secure something or other on launch. So I tried those methods here, and that did not solve the problem. And as I was working on it, I noticed the orange dot in the system tray. And I thought, well, maybe. So I restarted the computer and bam, symptom disappears. It works fine. I have seen so many different odd symptoms that a computer is exhibiting when that orange dot is in the system tray. Anytime you see that orange dot and you've got a symptom, restart the computer first before chasing down some other solution, because it's highly likely that's the problem. Now, I went back this morning actually. See, this time slip was 2 weeks ago. I went back this morning because I wanted to find out what was the KB number for that SCSI driver. I was able to see the SCSI driver update in the update history, but it did not show up in the AppWiz control panel where you can add and remove programs or click on see check updates, or not check updates, but installed updates. That's where you get a list of updates that you can uninstall. It was not listed in there, and that's where we see the KB numbers. In the update history screen, we don't see KB numbers. So I could see the date and that driver was listed. It was in the driver section of update history, but I couldn't see the KB number. So all I could confirm there was that yes, it says it's called a SCSI update. As a matter of fact, I copied the exact wording here. Intel Corporation, space, SCSIAdapter space hyphen space 17.9.6.109. I don't think there was anything faulty with that driver because the problem did not exist before the computer was prompting for a restart to install updates. So this update got, partially installed and needs a restart. And then once you restart the computer, the symptom is gone. So the symptom is only present when pending installations during restart state. I didn't say that very well. But you get the idea, I'm sure. So I don't think there was anything at fault with that SCSIAdapter driver. And I've seen lots of things where a prompting for a restart for an update that seems it would be unrelated to the symptom. Then you restart and the symptom goes away. So that is, I think, an instructive point. Always restart the computer before spending time trying to track down a problem. Then let's see, I need to go to the following week because that was the last time slip for that week. That was on a Saturday. So here, go to the following week. First few time slips are on the Sunday, May 23rd. And this is for the Law Office Papa for Foxtrot in the office, 4:05 to 4:35 p.m., 30 minutes, complete at desk configuration checklist remotely. I know a prior time slip that was on Saturday, the day before, was that I said that I started the at desk checklist. Well, I didn't finish it. While I was on site, I finished it remotely. Then the next one, Sunday the 23rd, 46 minutes, 4:36 p.m. to 5:22 p.m. Now note this time slip begins 1 minute after the prior time slip ended, and it's for the same office. I don't always split those out when I do that. Sometimes do it this way. Sometimes I do. And it may be that I ended the prior time slip and then realized, I got another thing I need to do for that office. So I started a new time slip. So Law Office Papa, 4:36, 5:22 p.m. Backups, upgraded both servers to run handy backup in service mode, imported backup items and settings to service mode, sent email serial number activation request, sent email to company regarding SMTP server configurations for email notifications. Okay, so this office, we have a Macrium Reflect backup that does a local image backup to local hard drives. We have a Magnus Box cloud backup that backs up both servers. All of this is to both servers. So we have a cloud backup, and I also have Handy Backup that does a backup to a local external hard drive. And then I also swap out the backup drives. And I think I neglected to mention in this time slip that I swapped the backup drives No, this was remote. No, I didn't do that. I didn't swap them remotely. Can't do that. But so Handy Backup, I had previously had older version. So I purchased 2 new licenses, one for each server. The thing I like about Handy Backup is it makes a native file format backup. And it's so quick and easy just to drag and drop the lost files when somebody accidentally deletes a file, or maybe the file folder structure has gotten changed. I need to go back and see how it was. Things like that. It's a useful tool to have. So the downside of it is when the server reboots, that program sometimes fails to restart in the background. So I upgraded to the newer version because I discovered that it can run in service mode. So I think that's going to be more reliable for it to automatically launch. And so I imported the items and settings from the prior to the service mode, because the way this works, if you want to switch to service mode, the dynamic mode, I'll call it runtime mode, I guess a better name, The backup jobs, when you want to switch to service mode, they don't automatically transfer over. There's an extra step to go through to import them from one mode to the other. Kind of strange. And then it would not activate online. So I had to actually send the serial number in an email with an activation request to the company. And then I also sent a separate email because the handy backup in the interactive mode, runtime mode, if you've paid for the license, it has the capability of sending you an email for successful backups. And I used to have that working for this office, and then it got broken. And it has to do with how the internet has advanced with what's allowed for email. Because I had to configure it with an SMTP outgoing mail server that did not actually belong to that machine and wasn't used on that machine as an email configuration. So it used to work, then it got broken. So then with this new version, I thought, well, maybe I can get that working again, and it wouldn't work. I tried all kinds of different SMTP server settings, and I really think I probably don't have the right setting yet. I did the Google searches, and yeah, you can find a bunch of stuff, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work in their I don't know if the problem is in their software or it has to do with these servers or maybe the firewall settings, because I have them kind of blocked from internet activity, substantially blocked really. And so I sent an email asking, can you provide some guidance on this? I haven't heard back from them. That was 2 weeks ago, so I need to get back on that. Now, one of the downsides about this email method is it would only send emails when the backup job was successful, because that's the last thing that it would do during the backup job. So it would send an email. Well, what happens if the backup job doesn't run? Or in the case of this, of the interactive version of their software, when the computer restarts, the software doesn't even launch. So it doesn't send it doesn't send an email letting me know that the backup job failed. Contrast MagnusBox, a cloud backup software that the backup software is running from their cloud server. If a backup job is missed, I get an email telling me of that. Well, with Handy Backup, I have to pay attention and note that I did not get that successful email today. So day after day after day of successful email messages, with all the emails that I get, when that message isn't there, it's a serious discipline thing for me to notice that email did not come in. So there were times when an uncomfortable number of days would go by that I missed noticing that. Well, I'm comforted in the fact that I have the external backups from Macrium Reflect, because that's rock solid. It never misses. And that I have the backups from MagnusBox, and it lets me know when a backup is missed. So yeah, I was able to tolerate days going by that I didn't notice that the Handy Backup failed. I can still restore from the other two options, but I'd like to have that working right. So I'm trying to get that functioning right. So that's all for this session. I hope that was useful. Have a great day. Catch you later. Goodbye.